I founded Middlebrooks in 2015 as I believed that the market needed a fresh, dynamic place for individuals and limited companies to access practical advice to overcome financial difficulties. I have been working in the insolvency industry since 2001 and taking an insolvency appointment since 2009. Over the course of my career, I have had experience working with individuals, finding them solutions to suit their financial needs both north and south of the border. I have also been involved with the restructure of pension schemes for larger employers, as well as all types of statutory insolvency procedures, from company voluntary arrangements to liquidations. But my colleagues talk about those processes in other videos. There have been many areas of industry that I have had the pleasure of working with. Limited companies to restructure their businesses, ranging from oyster farms through hospitality sectors, property development and international haulage firms. Each situation is different. At Middlebrooks, we are looking to provide tailored, positive financial futures for individuals and companies that are in financial distress. We have a job to do, but this philosophy is at the heart of all we do. It's my pleasure to talk to you about the new company moratorium introduced just this year and how it might assist your limited company. The company moratorium had been discussed for some time, but was introduced as a direct result of the pandemic to give businesses a formal breathing space to pursue a rescue plan. The moratorium can allow a limited company to trade under a bubble with no legal action being taken by historic creditors. This tool can be used to give companies who are struggling the opportunity to survive. A moratorium initially lasts for 20 business days, but can be extended for a further 20 days if the circumstances allow. It requires the service of an insolvency practitioner to make the application for your company, and as such also gives you access to a wealth of knowledge and potential assistance in creating a plan. As a director, you remain in control throughout this process, and the insolvency practitioner is appointed as a monitor. As prospective monitor, it is for the insolvency practitioner to decide if your company is eligible for the process. Eligibility is based on whether your company has a clear exit plan from the moratorium. This could be refinance, an informal agreement with your creditors, recovery of your company's trading, a scheme of arrangement, a company voluntary arrangement, or perhaps another form of insolvency process. Once the moratorium is in place, it is for the insolvency practitioner to assess whether it is likely that the moratorium will result in the rescue of the company as a going concern. Once the decision has been made to apply for a moratorium, Middlebrooks will guide you through the process from start to finish. The moratorium provides your company with the following protection. No steps may be taken to enforce any security over your company's property or to repossess any goods in the company's possession under any hire purchase agreement. No other legal proceedings or other legal process can be commenced or continued during the moratorium, except proceedings that are undertaken before an employment tribunal. A landlord may not exercise a right of forfeiture by peaceable re-entry in relation to the premises let to the company. The directors retain their power of management throughout this process. Once a moratorium commences, the directors have certain statutory obligations. These obligations include the provision of information when requested by the monitor. We provide the directors with the necessary forms to ensure this is a simple task. So what's the process? It's our role at Middlebrooks to guide you through the process of appointing one of our IPs as monitor, but I hope to give you a high-level overview of how it works. Firstly, we must understand the position of your company. If your company fits the eligibility criteria, we provide you with an engagement letter, which will include our costs. Upon acceptance of the engagement letter, Middlebrooks drafts notices to be signed by the Board of Directors. These notices are lodged with the Court and Companies House. The moratorium is in effect for initially 20 days. After 5 working days, we send you a short questionnaire to complete to assess how your company is doing. After 10 working days, we send you a further short questionnaire to complete and also inquire as to whether your company may benefit from an extension to the moratorium. As you might imagine, we require a lot of information from you in order to work with you to gain the moratorium for your company. Headline areas of information that we're looking for are statutory information. Some of this we can get from Companies House, but we will need your input for any alterations to share structures or changes to your company's memorandum of association. We will need your recent trading results. We need all directors' details, including those who acted as directors in the 3 years leading up to the moratorium. We need details of your company secretary, details about your business premises and personnel, schedules of your company's assets and liabilities, who are your professional advisors, i.e. your solicitor and accountant, Which bank provides accounts and facilities to your company? We need your company's insurance details, as well as a history of your company. When did it start to trade? Any major changes? Any associated companies? And an idea of what led to the decision to take some advice. When a limited company faces financial distress, the directors need to consider their personal position and as well as ensuring they're undertaking their fiduciary duties. As a director, to minimise potential future pitfalls to you, when you're seeking to appoint a monitor, there are 13 points I would like to take the time to draw to your attention. 1. You remain responsible for the conduct of the affairs of the company and you have a specific duty to preserve the company assets and minimise its liabilities. 2. You must ensure that any action you take will not result in any creditors or members being preferred or given in advance, particularly connected parties. 3. Further credit must not be taken for goods or services. 4. Company credit cards should not be used. 5. The company should not accept delivery of goods and services that have not been paid for. 6. No assets should be disposed of except those that must be sold to meet essential costs and expenses. If you're considering selling assets, get them valued first by an independent agent. 7. You should avoid any creditor of the company obtaining possession of assets. 8. The company should not supply any goods or services on credit to existing or potential creditors. 9. No payments should be made to existing creditors. 10. Goods should not be sent out with carriers who are owed money. 11. Cash or cheques received by the company should be ring-fenced. 12. Any overdrawn bank account should not be used. 13. Keep all the assets insured. Provided you are mindful of these 13 points and you have signed no personal guarantees, it is highly unlikely that there will be any personal effect on you if at some future point the company is required to restructure.